2018, Datuk Seri Muhammad Nazri bin Abdul Aziz in his speech mentioned that if the voters of the area elects an opposition leader, he will not bring any tourism-related development to the area. His priority is only to engage with Barisan Nasional adults and not the adults from the opposition political parties. He also called the people who vote for opposition as bodoh. Multiple times in his speech, it was not once, it was not twice, he said, orang yang undi pembangkang tu, orang bodoh. He said that multiple times.
Saya cakap terus terang, kalau kawasan-kawasan di Sarawak ni jumpa dengan saya, nak berjumpa dengan saya, nak bincang tentang apa yang boleh kita lakukan, bantukan di kawasan ini yang kaya dengan produk pelancongan dan kebudayaan, kalau dia pembangkang, saya nak beritahu, lumrah manusia, saya akan bantu dulu kawasan yang sama parti dengan saya.
Pemantau also received an anonymous tip. Quote, I am a resident of Bauya. I just heard from my friends that Barisan Nasional is giving the money to the houses at the area and told them to vote PN. Otherwise, we'll want them to cut off their electricity and water supply. They are fear and they feel scared to vote others. Feel like udut. Close quote. The message could not be verified, but it is one of the many messages that we have received with a similar tone. Threats to cut off electricity, threats to cut off water, threats for no development, threats of taking away scholarships of the students, and if you don't vote for a Barisan Nasional candidate. The elections is really screwed up with a lot of offences, and the Election Commission is not doing anything. What are they doing? They are just, out of all the events that we went, we only saw SPR officers in one event yesterday. Even then, when we told them about all this, they said, biasalah berlaku, tapi kita tak ada bukti nak ambil. Macam mana? Just like that. And this is the things that is happening, and we urge the Election Commission to do something about it, or just resign, because there's no point having an Election Commission when they are not useful and being very useless. Pemantau also would like to highlight the fact that Election Commission officers were present at certain events and was seen to take no action or comment to the candidates towards any of the election offences witnessed by members of the Pemantau. In conclusion, not only were the blatant disregard of election laws, this is an alarming sign that there is a broken democratic system practiced in the current state elections of Sarawak, which is accepted as a norm. The check and balance mechanism supposedly represented by the Election Commission meant to prevent such practices is non-existent. The Election Commission has failed to ensure that the Sarawak state elections is conducted in a clean, free and fair way. The only way to counter the remaining elections fraud that will happen tomorrow is by voting in big masses. We urge everyone who is eligible to vote to utilize their democratic right and to go out and vote. We also urge the Election Commission Chairman Datuk Seri Hashim Abdullah to resign immediately for failing his duty to ensure that the elections are conducted in a free and fair way.